They say time heals all wounds, but some wounds still bleed through history. Today, we journey back to reveal one of those wounds. Willie James Howard, just 15 years old, had his life tragically cut short, not by chance, but by hatred. It happened in 1944, long after such cruelty should have been relegated to the past. This is Willie's story, a boy who fell victim to a world overflowing with unjust scorn. Our backdrop is the small town of Live Oak, Florida, firmly entrenched in the Jim Crow South. Segregation was the order of the day, dividing towns and families. In this world lived Willie James Howard, a bright young teenager, the only child of Mr. and Mrs. James Howard. Willie spent his days in school, sung joyously in the church choir, and obediently helped his parents. He held dreams common to youths, a promising future filled with hope. During the winter of 1943, Willie expressed the innocent affection so common in youth. He wrote a holiday card to a classmate, a white girl named Cynthia Goff. The note didn't contain anything offensive, merely a genuine expression of fondness, capped with, "I hope we can be good friends. Love, Willie James Howard." In a better world, it might have been a simple gesture of friendship. But this wasn't just any world. It was 1944, and the cultural divide was fierce. Cynthia's father, A.C. Goff, was infuriated by Willie's note, a simple gesture viewed as an unfathomable breach of racial boundaries. In areas governed by racial prejudice, admiration from a black boy was deemed unacceptable. On a day etched in the grim annals of history, A.C. Goff, accompanied by two other white men, pulled up outside Willie's home. James Howard, Willie's father, was summoned by force, powerless to object. As fear gripped them, Willie and his father were compelled into the car, their lives forever altered in that moment, without a voice to raise in protest. The night grew darker as they drove to the Suwannee River, an ominous silence hanging in the air. Willie was faced with a horrific ultimatum: jump into the river or be shot. Courageously, or perhaps terrified beyond comprehension, Willie leapt into the inky depths. When morning arrived, his lifeless body was discovered, his hands bound. The tragedy echoed in the community, grasped by the NAACP and prominent leaders like Thurgood Marshall and Harry T. Moore, who sought justice. Yet justice was elusive. The local sheriff declared Willie's death a suicide, a stark denial of truth glaring from between the lines of his tied wrists. Willie's story surpasses his tragic death. It encapsulates the systemic dehumanization of black youth. He was merely a child, not an offender or instigator, but a young soul aspiring for normalcy amid hate-fueled chaos. He was extinguished simply for expressing a natural human sentiment. As years pass, civil rights historians endeavor to keep Willie's memory alive. His story is an uncomfortable reminder of a harrowing past, yet it serves as a beacon for justice and education, a tale to remind us of the very real human cost of injustice. And so, this story isn't just a lament of a lost past, but a call to remain vigilant, to ensure that justice is not a privilege but a right for all. Let Willie's story be a catalyst for change, and an urging of the collective consciousness to remember what happens when we turn away. Let's repeat his name with solemn remembrance: Willie James Howard.